Great to see you guys. We are live on Monday, and I have a super exciting topic today of how to live into your highest potential, how to live into your greatness. So we're going to be talking about this today. If you have any questions about how to live into your greatness, how to live into your highest potential, please feel free to, hello everybody, please feel free to write down your questions and post them here, and then I can respond either in another live or on or in the comments here. So hello everyone, so great to see you guys. We have a really exciting topic today, which is how to live into your highest potential. We talk a lot about, living our purpose, living into our highest potential, knowing what that is. And so I wanted to share with you guys a really powerful tool that I use to train my clients, to train athletes, to train high performance executives, to train moms and dads and siblings and teens. It really is an incredible tool to help us to live in to the highest expression of who we are, our highest potential, our greatness. And so I'm so excited to be able to share it with you guys today. So hello, thank you for the hearts. So great to see you guys. So I'll say hello to a couple folks and then we will get started. Hello Linda, hello Karen, hello Brenda, hello Magdi, hello Evo, hello Diana, Dawn, Debbie. Hello all of you guys. So we're going to get started. We're going to get started. Let's do a quick body scan because I want to ground us together and get us, yay! Linda says her toolbox is open. So I'm so excited. This is gonna be an awesome day. I'm so excited. So we're gonna get started with a quick body scan because I want to make sure that we see what's happening in our bodies, that we sense any energy that belongs or doesn't belong. And so we can allow that to release and then we will get started. We should only be here for about 30 minutes and we have a fun-packed day today. So thank you guys for being here. So let's start with a quick body scan. Take a couple deep breaths, diaphragmatic breaths, so ensure that your diaphragm is going out as you inhale and in as you exhale. And as you do this, we've done body scans before, so scan your entire body and see where there's tension. So go from your scalp all the way down to your toes and see where tension exists. So take a couple more deep breaths, noticing what energy exists, noticing if there's resistance or tension in any area of your body. Just noticing. Do you have tension in the throat? Do you have tension in the shoulders, in the jaw, in the gut? Wherever you feel it, just notice where it exists. And we're going to take 5 more deep breaths. And as we take 5 more deep breaths, with each breath, you're going to notice, you're going to pull in the energy from around you, the energy and the light that exists all around you. You're going to pull in from your crown and allow it to flood throughout your entire body, from your scalp all the way down to your toes, and fill every cell of your body. So take a couple deep breaths, allowing any tension, any resistance, anything that doesn't belong to dissolve. And just notice how you feel. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. Excellent. So how are you guys feeling? Press a 1 if you are feeling good and you are ready to get going because we have an exciting topic today. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, Becky. Good morning, Mark. Hello, Esteban. Hello, Karen. Hello, Glory. Hello, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous people. Hello, Lisa. So if you guys are ready, press 1. We're ready to get going. We are ready to live into our greatness. We're ready to live into our highest expression of who we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you, you guys. So I shared at the beginning of the video that today is all about living into our highest potential. So I'm going to share with you guys a tool that I use to ensure that I'm showing up, ensure that my clients show up. It's one of the best tools to ensure that we're living into the highest expression of who we are, because when we live into our greatness, when we live into the highest expression of who we are happier, we are healthier, we are more fulfilled. And when we are happier and healthier and more fulfilled, we are expressing healthy genes. So we are expressing the genes for health. So this is so important as we show up to heal ourselves, to be healthy, is to be able to express in this way, to be able to feel passionate about who we are and how we're showing up, to feel good about how we're living every single day. So thank you, thank you, thank you guys. I see lots of ones. So we are ready. We are ready to get started. The first thing, and we talk about purpose and potential a lot. And so understanding what our vision is, what is our vision of who we are and how we're meant to be? How do we want to show up? Right? So understanding and having a vision of who you want to be, of how you want to show up in every day or in particular circumstances, this is one of the key components. And we've talked about this a lot, and we've done some exercises in how do you see yourself this way? How do you have this vision? How do you listen to your heart? So understanding and having a vision of who it is that you want to be is one of the first key components, and we're going to go through an exercise of how you practice living into your highest potential. And that's what today is all about. It's not necessarily about the vision right now. It's that this is a key component into the practice of living into your highest potential. But the first point is that you have to have a vision. You have to have a vision of who you are and who you want to be. So if you want to share what your vision is for who you are and how you want to be, you can share it here, and we're going to do an exercise where we'll practice this. And it's a quick exercise, and it'll be towards the end of this video where we can really live into it. And so if there's something, hello, if you have a vision, if you have an idea, if you have an idea of who and how you want to be, then you can write it in the post. You can say, I want to be courageous. I want to be consistent. Vicky says, I need the practice to be consistent. This is perfect, Vicky. This is perfect for you. It's perfect for all of us. And it's the thing that I challenge myself every single day to live into this practice. And so we're going to get there and we're going to share it. But one of the things that's so important, as I mentioned, is having a vision of who it is that you're meant to be, how you're meant to show up. And so that's really the key. Then the other part is practice. So many people say, and this is it was such an illuminating point for me. So people say all the time, practice makes perfect, right? So practice makes perfect. And that's what people say. And the reality is it's not exactly true. So it's not exactly true that practice makes perfect. What makes perfect is perfect practice. So perfect practice makes perfect, or perfect practice makes progress. Because I don't love perfect, but in the realm of living into the highest expression of who we are, perfect practice makes for progress, right? And so how is it that we practice perfectly? So this is what we're going to be talking about today, is practicing perfectly. So I'm going to share with you guys some of what you guys are saying of how you want to be. So Brenda wants to be happy, centered, and present in every moment. That's a beautiful, beautiful intention for how you want to be. Debbie wants to be healthier. Karen wants to be magnificent, radiant, beautiful, feminine, loving woman, her own superhero. Kimberly wants to be stronger and healthier. Awesome. Awesome. Maggie says, I practice showing love and kindness every day, every time. Awesome. Lisa, I want to be joyful at times, no matter what is going on around me, loving me, giving myself positive thinking. Absolutely. And so the goal, in order to do that, in order to be that and live that, one of the things that we can do is practice perfect practice, right? So they've done studies and studies and studies of whether it's athletes or musicians or elite performers, where they have different groups of people. Either, I was reading, there's a study from the University of Chicago, and it was about basketball players, and they split people into 3 groups. So they had one group practice doing foul shots, they had another group that didn't practice at all, and they had another group that only practiced in their imagination. And the results were similar, if not better, for those who practiced in their mind. And the reason for this is when you practice in your mind, you can practice perfectly. You can practice exactly how you want to show up. And then when you have an opportunity to show up in the future, whether it's being joyful every day or being happy and heart-centered with your loved ones, or whether it's arriving into work and nailing a presentation, whatever it is, if you practice it in your mind, your brain does not know the difference between imagination and reality. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference. And so when you practice perfectly, when you do what's called a mental rehearsal, when you mentally rehearse every day how you want to show up, you're able to show up that way, and you gain the confidence in every moment to do it. So when the moment arises for you to show up, when the moment arises in your reality, for you to show up, you have practiced, created the neurosynaptic connections, and now you have the courage, the confidence, the conviction to be that. You've learned it. You have neurosynaptic connections that are wired for joy. You have neurosynaptic connections that are wired for presence. You have neurosynaptic connections that are wired for peace. So practicing, doing the mental rehearsal is so important. And this is something that I do every morning, and I do it at night. So I practice in the morning. Who do I want to be? How do I want to show up? What is the moment in my life where I'm going to show up today? And I see myself and I imagine myself, and it could be anything. It could be showing up to a live. It could be showing up for my son. It could be showing up for my family. It could be whatever it is. This is how I want to show up. This is my opportunity for growth. This is my opportunity to live into the highest expression of me. And this is how I'm going to do it. If I know I'm going to have an opportunity for growth, a challenging conversation with someone, I practice it in my mind. How am I going to show up? How am I going to show up in this conversation to be the highest expression of who I am? What will I do? What won't I do? Right? How will I show up? What will I say? What do I not want to say? And so I take myself through this practice, and then this is the practice every morning of practicing who I want to be and how I want to show up. And this is one of the most powerful tools that I share with clients and friends and colleagues and family and athletes and everybody that I coach, is practice it, because the mind does not know the difference between practice and reality, and the imagination and reality. And the difference, if you guys know, like, you've practiced things, how many times do you mess up? Sometimes you do a mistake, and so you practice over and over again, but you have these opportunities to do it better, which is okay. When you do it in your mind, you have the opportunity to do it perfect every single time. And the level of confidence, the level of conviction, the level of courage that then you have, because you've practiced this in your mind and your imagination, you've seen yourself show up exactly as you want to show up. It's such a huge, huge opportunity for us. Because how many times do you practice something, you do it, and you don't do it the way you wanted to do it, and then your mind goes into judgment, right? Your mind goes into that judgment. When you can practice perfectly, you can love yourself through it. And I encourage you to love yourself through it when you practice it and there's a mistake. I encourage that too. I am saying the most powerful thing that we can do is practice in our imagination how we want to show up, how we want to be, and make this a daily practice. Make this your daily practice of showing yourself who you are. Show yourself who you are every single day. Imagine it and be it, because that's truly how you are. It's truly who you are. It's truly how you are. And all we need to do is see ourselves doing it again and again. And one of the best meditations that I've done to practice this is actually, you guys know I absolutely love Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he has amazing meditations, a morning meditation that's less than 25 minutes. And it's a morning meditation of practicing and mentally rehearsing who you want to be and how you want to show up. And then he also has an evening meditation that reviews the evening, reviews the day for you. And this is a beautiful tool. So I fully recommend Dr. Joe's morning meditation and Dr. Joe's evening meditation that allow you to set up your days for success. Set up your day in the morning, set up your day in the evening, review your day, and know what you're working on the next day. And practice this. Practice it every day. See yourself as who you're meant to be. See yourself as how you want to show up, and take an example, whatever it is. It might be how you're going to mother today. It might be how you're going to show up in a meeting tomorrow. It might be how you're going to show up speaking on stage. Mentally rehearse it. And the more examples that you have with this, the more time that you spend doing this, the more time you spend creating the neurosynaptic connections, it means that every moment, in those moments that are presented to you, you will show up. You will have the courage, you will have the confidence, you will have the conviction to show up how you practiced. It is already in there. It's wired. You have wired the connections in your brain to show up in your greatness. You have wired the connections in your brain to show up in your greatness. So take the time, make the commitment to you to show up to be the best expression of who you are. It is these are the moments when I practice who I want to be that I fall in love with myself. It's where I fall in love with myself. It's where my clients, my friends and colleagues fall in love with themselves, because there's nothing that stands in the way. You get to see yourself exactly as you are. So I'm going to look at a couple of different comments, and so press 7 if this resonates. Press 7 if you're excited to practice who you are, to practice perfectly in your mind, in your imagination, who you are. And we will go through an exercise so that you can see who it is that you really are, that you can practice who it is that you really are, and you can do it in just a couple of minutes every single day. So I see lots of 7s. I'm so excited. So awesome. Oh, excellent. Mark says she's going to make this her practice every single day. That's awesome. Oh, Lisa Howard says loving herself through it. Vicky says yes, or the body is so set in its pattern. That's why practice is so important. Exactly. Linda, the mind does not know the difference between imagination and reality. And that Linda, is one of the most powerful illuminations for me, is that because the mind does not know the difference between imagination and reality, that we can create the reality that we want. We can create the thoughts that we want and imagine what the results are, right? If our thoughts create how we feel, and how we feel creates how we act, and how we act creates our results. If we are thinking and feeling and acting in new ways, the result in our life is going to be totally different. The result in our life is going to be equal to what we're imagining. And imagine what our life could be. Imagine, thank you guys. Imagine what our life could be. Imagine what our health could be. Imagine what that could be. This is what it's all about. Imagine, daydream, feel it, be it. Because when you can imagine it, it can be true. When you can imagine it, when you can practice it, it will be true. You will create you will wire yourself for greatness. And that's what this is all about. Wiring yourself for your own greatness. It is your birthright. It is who you are. It is what we're here to do, is to live into the greatness of who we are. And so we're going to go through an exercise. Magdi says, yes, I've always used meditation to ask how I can serve others, but never myself. Awesome, Magdi. This is awesome. And what a great opportunity to be able to live into the highest expression of you and see yourself in that. So I'm going to take you guys through an exercise, and I'd love for you to be thinking about, we're going to walk through, what is the vision that you have for yourself, to see yourself in that vision. How would that mean? What would you do? How would you be? How would you walk? How would you express? What does that look like? Thank you guys. What does that look like, right? What doesn't belong? When you are this expression, what do you not do? What do you not say? What doesn't show up in your life? So practice this, and then go back to the vision. Go back to the vision of who you are, of how that shows up. So we're going to do that right now. And I will take you through this experience. So give me a moment. And if you guys can hear, I've got some music in the background. If you can hear that and also hear my voice, please press 2. And please, you guys, if you have any questions about living into your greatness, living into the highest potential of who you are, please feel free to post your questions and post your comments here. And I'll be sure to either do another live video to address, or I can respond to your questions and comments on this video. So please feel free to share. Okay. So we are going to close our eyes. And if you'd like, put your hand on your heart. And connect with you. Connect with the magnificence of you. Take a couple deep breaths. In through your crown and out through your toes. Centering yourself. Filling up your heart with every breath. Knowing that you are truly magnificent. And this vision that you have for you, this is your truth. This is who you are. What is that vision? Who are you? What do you desire for you? How will you be as this truly magnificent vision of you? How will you walk? How will you feel? What will you think? See yourself. Feel yourself. As who you truly are. Fall in love with you. How will you experience life? Feel what it feels like in every cell of your body. Be this most magnificent vision of you. Remember who you are, how you feel. How will you be? See yourself in this moment, being this beautiful expression of you. And from this place, what won't you do? What behavior won't express? What thought won't you think? Remember those thoughts that used to come by that weren't truly a reflection of you. What are those thoughts that you won't let sneak by? Because you know that's not really you. So what are those thoughts? What are those behaviors? And just see them and know them and make a decision. A decision that those thoughts won't come through. And when they do, you'll release them. And if those behaviors sneak by, you'll release it. You know what they are. And that's not you. Because you are magnificent. And you return back to this vision. This vision of you. Whatever that is. The joy, the peace, the courage, the conviction. Remind your body what that feels like. And be that. Be that vision of you. Feel it in every cell of your body. And know that that is who you are. You are magnificent. You are perfect in every way. Even in the imperfections is perfection. And we know that every day is an opportunity for progress. Every day is an opportunity to live into this vision. Every day is an opportunity to give us compassion and grace. Because we have a desire to be the best version of us, a desire to live into who that is. And so make a commitment in this moment to see yourself in this magnificence, to imagine yourself as you truly are, to love yourself exactly like this, to feel this feeling of love, of grace, of magnificence, to remind yourself of who you really are. Stay in that feeling. Bathe yourself in the feeling. Allow yourself to experience you. This is your future. This is your present. So for today, for the rest of the day, you get to live into who you are. You get to practice each day being exactly who you are, exactly who you're meant to be. take a couple more deep breaths. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and know that this feeling lives inside you. This is who you are. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to Who You Really Are. So how was that experience? If you loved, that was a really short experience to allow you to feel who you really are. It doesn't take long. It's why I love sharing some of these experiences with you, because you can see how quickly you can be and feel truly who you are. So this was a brief experience, probably like 7 to 10 minutes or something. Maybe it was less than that. Yay. Thank you guys. Thank you. I do recommend, as I mentioned, Dr. Joe has some really great meditations, the morning meditation and the evening meditation that is really the mental rehearsal and the guide that really supports you through this. So if you want to go ahead and look into those, they're really great. They're some of the best. I love to share with you guys my best resources, and he is a really great mentor, teacher, etc., and has some of the best meditations that I ever use. So I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it, and I would love to hear what your experience is and was. I'd love to hear what showed up as who you really are. You know, what does that feel like? What does it feel like to be who you are? I'd love for you guys to share how did you feel? What did you do? What was the expression of that? You know, what were the things that you won't do or won't think? What are the things that get in the way? And then the beautiful piece of this is it's not about, you know, when we practice this in our minds so that we can show up during the day. And one of the things that I'll share with you guys is you'll start to have an awareness of when you're not showing up that way. And the not that it's an error, but this happens all the time. And I just want to illuminate the fact that this will happen, that you will see yourself behaving in the ways that you will see yourself behaving in the ways that are not congruent to your mental rehearsal. And you will potentially want to judge yourself in those moments because you know better. The tendency is to judge ourselves. I was just having a conversation with somebody I was coaching the other day, and they were like, I see myself doing it and I can't stop. Like in the moment, it's like they couldn't stop. But what happens is you become more aware and more conscious of your behaviors because you're practicing doing something else, that it's like smacking you in the face in your reality when you're doing what you're not practicing. Right? When you're doing the behavior that you say, that's not going to stop by. And the tendency is wanting to judge yourself. What I will tell you is you are closer to your new reality than before because you have a greater awareness. It is right in front of you. You are seeing yourself. You are seeing yourself now behaving in this way. And you're saying, no, I choose not to do that. I choose to do something different. I choose to behave in another way. So give yourself love, give yourself grace. And know that you're closer than before. Because now at night, you're going to review and say, you know what could I do better? What could I do better? How can I show up better? Just do it for a couple of minutes. If you don't do it in a guided meditation, just do it, journal, jot down. You know, how did I do today? Not from judgment, but from, there is somebody at my door. Hold on one moment, please. Hold on. Give me 1 second. This is so funny. Hello. Can you just give me 1 minute?
No problem.
Okay, thank you. So apologies, that was my door. I don't know who that is, but welcome to my home. So the moral is that do not take the bait of judging yourself and getting mad at yourself because you've done an action that is not congruent with what you've imagined, with what you want to create. And give yourself love, grace, and compassion and know you are closer. you're that much closer because you are practicing living into your greatness. You are creating those neurosynaptic connections to allow yourself to be great in every moment. It's going to take some practice. Give yourself some love and compassion, but practice your greatness because it's who you are. And the reason why sometimes we don't act great is because we forget who we really are. So all I'm doing today is I am reminding you who you really are. That's it. I'm reminding you of what you already know, that you are magnificent, that you are the embodiment of greatness. This is who you are. I'm just giving you a little reminder and a little nudge to say practice. Practice, live into it. We're expanding and living into the highest potential of who we are. We're living into our greatness. And I'm super excited to be sharing this with you. And I apparently need to go to address whatever's happening at my door in my house. So I love you guys. Would love to hear any thoughts you had, any things that came up from, who you are, who you truly are. What behaviors will you express? How will that feel in your body? What will you do? What won't you do? So feel free to share. I'd love to connect with you guys. I will be responding and interacting with this video. And so love you all. I know, Vicky, I think you asked a question. I'll just double check. Vicky says she took the bait when she realized exactly. And awesome. I know you asked a question, Vicky, so I'll look. I don't know what it was, but if you have any questions, any comments, any thoughts that you'd love to share, I'd love to engage with you guys. So please feel free to share them on this video, and I will be responding to you guys. Love you. Happy Monday. Practice living into your greatness because that's exactly who you are. And we will see you next week on Monday. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.